Shabash Mine, Kodash, Haya, Zaka, Haya, Aisha, Baratza, Kahaya, Bashamayim, Mithananel, Lakam, Kal, Yuam, Maslaknal, Kabuathanal, Maslaknal, Kabuathanal, Mala'ah, Fabiano, Manasai 1, Abal, Halshaino, Manrai, Kaya, Laka, Kamalakwa, Wa'ala, Wathapara, Livalimium, Aman, Bashem, Yaoshai, Hamashiach. Yahweh the merciful one is forgiving of iniquity and does not destroy those who repent. He frequently withdraws his anger, not arousing his entire rage. Yahweh saves. May the King answer us on the day we come. Bless Yahweh, the blessed one, for all eternity and forever. Moreover, Barak Ba'ath Yahweh, Hama Barak, La'alam, Ba'ai. Bless you, Yahweh, ruler. Bless you, Yahweh, our ruler of eternity. Ruler of eternity, whose word brings on the evening, whose wisdom opens the gates, and whose understanding changes the times and the seasons, and orders the stars and their heavenly constellations, according to your will. He creates day and night, removing light from darkness and darkness before light. He causes day to pass and brings night. He separates between day and between night. Yahweh of hosts is his name. The living and eternal Allahayat, rule over us for all time. Bless you, Yahweh, who brings on the evening. Amen.
Amen.
With an eternal love, you have loved the house of Yasha'Allah, your nation. Torah and commandments, decrees and ordinances have you taught us. Therefore, Yahweh our Lahai, upon our retiring and arising, we will discuss your decrees. We will rejoice with the words of your Torah and with your commandments for all eternity, for they are our life and the length of our days. And about them we will meditate day and night. May you not remove your love from us forever. Blessed you, Yahweh, who blesses his nation, who loves his nation, Yasha'Allah. Hear, Yasha'Allah, Yahweh our Lahaya, Yahweh is one. And thou shalt love Yahweh thy Lahaya with all thine heart, and with all thy soul, and with all thy might. And these words which I command thee this day shall be in thine heart. And thou shalt teach them diligently unto thy children, and shalt talk of them when thou sittest in thine house, and when thou walkest by the way, and when thou liest down, and when thou risest up. And thou shalt bind them for a sign upon thine hand, and they shall be as frontlets between thine eyes. And thou shalt write them upon the posts of thy house and on the gates. And it shall come to pass, if ye shall hearken diligently unto my commandments which I command you this day, to love Yahweh your Elohim, and to serve him with all your heart and with all your soul, that I will give you the rain of your land in his due season, the first rain and the latter rain, that thou mayest gather in thy corn and thy wine and thine oil. And I will send grass in thy fields for thy cattle, that thou mayest eat and be full. Take heed to yourselves that your heart do not deceive, and you turn aside and serve other gods and worship them. And the enemy Yahweh's wrath be kindled against you, and he shut up the heaven, that there be no rain, that the land yield not her fruit. And as you perish quickly from off the good land which Yahweh giveth you, therefore shall you lay up these my words in your heart and in your soul, and bind them for a sign upon your hand, that they may be as frontlets between your eyes. And ye shall teach them your children, speaking of them when thou sittest in thy house, and when thou walkest by the way, and when thou liest down, and when thou risest up. And thou shalt write them upon the doorposts of thy house, and upon thy gates, that your days may be multiplied in the days of your children, in the land which Yahweh sware unto your fathers to give them, as the days of heaven and earth. If ye shall diligently keep all these commandments which I command you to do them, to love your Elohim, to walk in all his ways, and to cleave unto him. Speak unto the children of Yasha'Allah, and bid them that they make them fringes in the borders of their garments throughout their generations, and that they put upon the fringes of their borders a ribbon of blue. And it shall be unto you for fringe, that you may look upon it, and remember all the commandments of Yahweh, and do them. And that you seek not after your own, after which you used to go unharmed, that you may remember and go on my commandments, and be holy unto your Elohim. I am Yahweh your Elohim, which brought you out of the land of Egypt to be your Elohim. I am Yahweh your Elohim. True and certain, established and enduring, right and faithful, beloved and precious, delightful and pleasant, awesome and powerful, correct and accepted, good and beautiful is this word to us forever and ever. And true it is that the Elohim of the universe is our King. The rock of Jacob is the shield of our salvation. From generation to generation, he endures his name. He endures, and his name endures, and his throne is well established. His rule is faithfulness. His rule and faithfulness endure forever. His words are living and enduring, faithful and delightful, forever into all eternity, for our forefathers and for us, for our children and for our generations, and for all the generations of the seed of Yasha'Allah, your servant, upon the earlier and upon the latter generations. This word is good and enduring forever and ever, true and faithful, the law which never passes away. It is true that you are Allah, our Elohim, and the Elohim of our forefathers, our King and the King of our forefathers, our Redeemer, the Redeemer of our forefathers, our Maker, the Rock of our salvation, our Deliverer and our Rescue. This has ever been your name. There is no Elohim but you. You are always the help of our ancestors, a shoe for them and their children. Our Deliverer in every generation, though you abide at the pinnacle of the universe, your just decrees extend to the end of the earth. Happy is the one who obeys your mitzvot and takes to heart the words of your Torah. You are in truth a mentor to your people, the defender and mighty ruler. You are first and you are last. We have no sovereign or redeemer but you. You rescued us from Egypt and redeemed us from the house of bondage. The firstborn of the Egyptians were slain, your firstborn were saved. You split the waters of the sea, the faithful you rescued, the wicked drowned. The waters engulfed Israel's enemies, not one of the arrogant remained alive. Then your beloved sang hymns of acclamation, filling you with psalms of adoration. They claimed, Elohim sovereign, great and awesome source of all blessing. The ever-living Elohim, exalted in all majesty. Elohim humbles the proud and raises the lowly, frees the captive and redeems the meek. Elohim helps the needy and answers his people's call. Praises to Elohim supreme, who is ever praised. Moses and the people of Yasha'Allah joyfully sang the song to you. Who is like you, Yahweh, among all that is worshipped? Who is like you, majestic in holiness, awesome in splendor, working wonders? The redeemed sing a new song for you. They sing in chorus at the shore of the sea, acclaiming your sovereignty. Yahweh shall reign throughout all time. Rock of Israel, arise to Israel's defense. Fulfill your promise to deliver Judah and Israel. Our Redeemer is the Holy One of Israel. Yahweh, praise are you, Yahweh, Redeemer of the people of Israel. Lie us down to peace, Yahweh Elohim, and raise us up to life. Our King, spread over us the shelter of your peace, and direct us with good advice before you, and save us for the sake of your name, and look out for us, and keep enemies, plagues, swords, famines, and troubles from our midst, and remove Satan from in front of us and from behind us, and cradle us in the shadow of your wings. For you are Yahweh who guards us and saves us. For you are Yahweh, our gracious and merciful King. Guard our departure and our arrival to life and to peace, from now forever, from this time forth and forevermore. Blessed are you, Yahweh, who guards his people, Yasha'Allah, forever. Wherefore the children of Yasha'Allah shall keep the Shabath, to observe the Shabath throughout their generations, for a perpetual covenant. It is a sign between me and the children of Israel forever. For in 6 days Yahweh made the heaven and earth, and on the seventh day he rested and was refreshed. Exalted and hallowed be his great name.
Amen.
Throughout the waters he has created according to his will. May he establish his kingship, bring forth his redemption, and hasten the coming of his Messiah, David, King of Yasha'Allah, and Yahweh HaMashiach, King of kings and Lord of lords, Lion of the tribe of Judah.
Amen.
In our lifetime and in our days, and in the lifetime of the entire house of Yasha'Allah, speedily and soon, and say Amen.
Amen. Amen.
Amen.
May his great name be blessed forever.
May his great name be blessed forever.
And to all eternity blessed.
And to all eternity blessed. May his great name be blessed forever, and to all eternity. Blessed and praised, glorified, exalted, and extolled, honored, adored, and lauded be the name of the Holy One. Blessed be he. Amen. Beyond all the blessings, hymns, praises, and consolations that are uttered in the world, and say Amen.
Amen.
Yahweh Shapathya Thapathak Wapayaya Gayad Tahalafka. Yahweh, open my lips, and my mouth shall show forth thy praise. Blessed are you, Yahweh Elohim, and all of our fathers, the Elohim of Abraham, the Elohim of Isaac, and the Elohim of Jacob, the great, mighty, and revered Elohim, the Most High Elohim, who bestows loving kindnesses, the creator of all things, who remembers the good deeds of the forefathers, and in love will bring a Redeemer to their children's children for his name's sake. O King, Helper, Savior, and Shield, blessed are you, Yahweh, the shield of Abraham. You, Yahweh, are mighty forever. You revive the dead. You have the power to save. You sustain the living with loving kindness. You revive the dead with great mercy. You support the fallen, heal the sick, set free the bound, and keep faith with those who sleep in the dust. Who is like you, O Yahweh, among all that is worshipped? Who is like you? Who resembles you, a king who puts to death and restores to life, and causes salvation to flourish. and you will return to revive the dead. Blessed are you, Yahweh, who revives the dead. We will sanctify your name, and this world, just as it is sanctified in the highest heavens, as it is written by your prophet, and they call out one to another and say,
Holy, holy, holy.
Holy, holy,
Is
holy.
Yahweh of hosts.
Is Yahweh of
The
hosts.
whole earth
The whole earth
is full of his glory.
is full of his glory. Those faith in them praise Elohim, saying,
Blessed be the presence of Yahweh
Blessed to be the presence of
in
Yahweh
his place.
in his place. And in your holy word it is written, saying,
Yahweh reigns forever.
Yahweh reigns forever.
Elohim,
Your Elohim,
O Zion,
O
throughout
Zion,
all generations.
throughout all generations.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah. Throughout all generations, we will declare your greatness, and to all eternity we will proclaim your holiness. Your praise, O Elohim, shall never depart from our mouth, for you are a great and holy Elohim and King. Blessed are you, Yahweh, the holy Elohim. You are holy, and your name is holy, and holy beings praise you daily. Selah. Blessed are you, Yahweh, the holy Elohim. Our Elohim and Elohim of our ancestors, may you be pleased with our rest. Sanctify us with your commandments, grant us a share in your Torah. Satisfy us with your goodness, cause us to rejoice in your salvation, and purify our hearts to serve you in truth. In love and in favor, Yahweh Elohim, may you grant your holy Shabath to us as an inheritance, so that Yasha'Allah, who sanctifies your name, may rest on it. Blessed are you, Yahweh, who sanctifies Shabath. Thus the heaven and the earth were finished, and all the hosts of them. And on the sixth day Yahweh ended the work which he had made, and on the seventh day he rested from all the work which he had made. And Elohim blessed the seventh day and sanctified it, because that in it he rested from all the work which he made. Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. 6 days shalt thou labor and do all thy work, but the seventh day is the Shabbat of Yahweh the Elohim. In it thou shalt not do any work, thou, nor thy son, nor thy daughter, nor thy manservant, nor thy maidservant, nor thy cattle, nor thy stranger that is within thy gates. For in 6 days Yahweh made heaven and earth, the sea, and all that is therein, and rested on the seventh day. Wherefore Yahweh blessed the Sabbath day and hallowed it. And Yahweh spake unto Moshe, saying, Speak thou also unto the children of Yasha'Allah, saying, Verily my Shabbat ye shall keep, for it is a sign between me and you throughout your generations, that you may know that I am Yahweh that doth sanctify you. Ye shall keep the Shabbat therefore, for it is holy unto you. Everyone that defileth it shall surely be put to death. For whosoever doeth any work therein shall be cut off from among his people. 6 days may work be done, but in the seventh is a Shabbat of rest, holy to Yahweh. Whosoever doeth any work in the Shabbat day, he shall surely be put to death. Wherefore the children of Yasha'Allah shall keep the Shabbat, to observe the Shabbat throughout the generations for a perpetual covenant. It is a sign between me and the children of Yasha'Allah forever. For in 6 days Yahweh made the heaven and the earth, and on the seventh day he rested and was refreshed. Be pleased, Yahweh Elohim, with your people Yasha'Allah and with their prayers. Restore the service to the inner sanctuary of your temple, and receive in love and favor both the fire offerings of Yasha'Allah and their prayers. May the worship of your people, Yasha'Allah, always be acceptable to you. Let our eyes behold your return of mercy to Zion. Blessed are you, Yahweh, who restores his divine presence to Zion. We give thanks to you that you are Yahweh Elohim, the Elohim of our forefathers, forever and ever, throughout our lives that are committed into your hands, for our souls that are entrusted to you, for your miracles that are daily with us, for your wonders and your benefits that are with us at all times, evening, morning, and noon. O excellent one, your mercies never fail. O merciful one, your loving kindnesses never cease. We have always put our hope in you. For all these acts may your name be blessed and exalted continually. O our King forever and ever, let every living thing give thanks to you and praise your name in truth. O Elohim, our salvation, our help. Blessed are you, Yahweh, whose name is of an excellent one, and to whom it is fitting to give thanks. Grant peace, blessing, welfare, grace, loving kindness, and mercy to us and to all Yasha'Allah, your people. Bless us, O Abinah, one and all, with the light of your countenance. For by the light of your countenance you have given us, Yahweh Elohim, the Torah of life, loving kindness, and salvation, blessing, mercy, life, and peace. May it please you to bless your people, Yasha'Allah, at all times and in every hour with your peace. Blessed are you, Yahweh, who blesses his people, Yasha'Allah, with peace. May the words of my mouth and the meditation of my heart be acceptable before you, Yahweh, my strength and my Redeemer. My Elohim, guard my tongue from evil and my lips from speaking deceitfully. Let my soul be silent to those who curse me. Let my soul be as dust to all. Open my heart to your Torah, and let my soul eagerly pursue your commandments. As for all who plot evil against me, hasten to annul their counsel and frustrate their design. Let them be as chaff before the wind. Let the angel of Yahweh thrust them away. Their beloved ones may be delivered.
Help with your right hand and answer me. Do it for the sake of your name. Do it for the sake of your right hand. Do it for the sake of your Torah. Do it for the sake of your holiness. May the words of my mouth and the meditation of my heart be acceptable before you, Yahweh, my strength and my redeemer. May he who makes peace in his high places grant peace upon us and upon all Yasha'Allah, and say Amen.
Amen.
May it be with desire before you, Yahweh, Elohim, Elohim of our fathers, that the building of the temple will be speedily in our days, and give our portion in your Torah, and there we will serve you in awe as in the days of old and as years gone by. We will come close to Elohim with the offering of and with Israel as in the days of old and the years gone by. Thus the heavens and the earth were finished, and all the hosts of them. And on the sixth day Yahweh ended the work which he had made, and rested on the seventh day from all the work which he made. And Elohim blessed the seventh day and sanctified it, because that in it he rested from all the work which he created and made. Exalted and hallowed be his great name.
Amen.
Throughout the world which he has created according to his will, may he establish his kingship, bring forth his redemption, and hasten the coming of his Messiah, David, king of Yasha'Allah, and Yahushua HaMashiach, king of kings and lord of lords, Lion of the tribe of Judah.
Amen.
In our lifetime and in our days, and in the lifetime of the entire house of Yasha'Allah, speedily and soon, and say Amen.
Amen. Amen.
Amen.
May his great name be blessed forever.
May his great name be blessed forever,
And to all eternity blessed.
and to all eternity blessed. May his great name be blessed forever and to all eternity. Blessed and praised, glorified, exalted, and extolled, honored, adored, and lauded be the name of the Holy One. Blessed be he.
Amen.
Beyond all the blessings, hymns, praises, and consolations that are uttered in the world, and say Amen.
Amen.
May the prayers and supplications of all Yasha'Allah be accepted by their Father who is in heaven, and say Amen.
Amen.
May there be abundant peace from heaven, and a good life, satisfaction, help, comfort, refuge, healing, redemption, forgiveness, atonement, relief, and salvation for us and for all Yasha'Allah, and say Amen.
Amen.
May he who makes peace in his high places grant peace upon us and upon all Yasha'Allah, and say Amen.
Amen.
Bless Yahweh, the Blessed One, for all eternity, and moreover, Barak wa'ath Yahweh hama barak la'ai wa'lam wa'id.
It is our duty to praise the Master of all, to describe greatness to the author of creation, who has not made us like the nations of the land, nor placed us like the families of the earth, who has not made our portion like theirs, nor our destiny like all the multitudes. For they worship vanity, emptiness, and pray to Elohim, who cannot save. But we bow and worship and thank the Supreme King of Kings, the Holy One, and blessed be He, who extends the heavens and establishes the earth, whose throne of glory is in the heaven above, and whose power's presence is in the highest of heights. He is Elohim, there is no other. Truly He is our King, there is none else. As it is written in the Torah, you shall know and take to heart this day that Yahweh is Elohim in the heaven above and on earth below. There is no other. Bashem,
Bashem,
Yahushua,
Yahushua,
HaMashiach, Amen.
Amen. Shemai,
Shema,
Yasha'Allah,
Yasha'Allah,
Yahweh, Elohim, Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Akkad, Yahabtha, Af Yahweh, Elohayka, Bakalababka, Yahad, Elohayka, Asherah, Hawatha, Athika, Maratza, Matzariam, Mabayath, Ibadium, La'a Yahaya, Laka, Elohayim, Akariam, Ilpanya, La'atha Ishala Kapasal, La'atha Ibadam, La'a Thalakwak, Afsham, Yahal Bashua, Zakar Haywam, Hashabath, Lakudashwa, Kabad, Abakawa Amaka, La'a Tharatzak, La'a Thanaab, La'a Thaganab, La'a Thaina Shakor, La'a Thakamad, Kal, Asherah, Laraika. This concludes Shabath Ma'ariv evening prayers. We're now going to the seventh Aliyah for the Torah portion, Ki Sisa.
Exodus chapter 34, verse 27. Yahweh said to Moshe, Inscribe these words for yourself, for according to these words I have formed a covenant with you and with Yasha'Allah. He was there with Yahweh for 40 days and 40 nights. He ate no bread and drank no water. And inscribed upon the tablets of the words of the covenant of the 10 commandments. And it came to pass when Moshe descended from Mount Sinai, and the 2 tablets of the testimony were in Moshe's hand, and he descended from the mountain, and Moshe did not know that the skin of his face had become radiant while he had spoken with him. That Aaron and all the children of Yasha'Allah saw Moshe, and behold, the skin of his face had become radiant, and they were afraid to come near him. But Moshe called to them, and Aaron and the princes of the community returned to him, and Moshe would speak to them. Afterwards, all the children of Yasha'Allah would draw near, and he would command them that everything that Yahweh had spoken with him on Mount Sinai. When Moshe had finished speaking with them, he placed a covering over his face. When Moshe would come before him to speak before Yahweh to speak with him, he would remove the covering until he left. Then he would leave and speak to the children of Yasha'Allah what he would be commanded. Then the children of Yasha'Allah would see Moshe's face, and the skin of Moshe's face had become radiant, and then Moshe would replace the covering over his face until he would come again to speak with him. This ends the 7th day reading for Ki Tisa.
Any commentary on that?
Children of Israel, that when Moses was speaking with Yahweh,
What it means, can you ask one of the boys?
when Moses was speaking with Yahweh, he was up there for 40 days and 40 nights, and he didn't have any food. He didn't have any food or water. And while he was up there, then he came down, his face was shining, and people were scared of him because his face was shining. So when he spoke to them, he had to cover his face, or else they would be scared. And then Yahweh would go back, when Moshe would go back to speak with Yahweh, he would uncover his face to speak with him.
Yeah, because the glory of Yahweh was shining on his face from being around Yahweh in his presence. All the holy righteousness and the holy wisdom of Yahweh was coming off of Yahweh and going on to Moshe. That's why it says that wisdom causes a man's face to shine. That's why Yahweh said that when you fast, make sure that you clean and that your face, your hair and stuff got ointment, oil and stuff on it. Why? Because in the spiritual realm, you're going to a higher level. But in the physical world, you're bringing yourself down. So the more you isolate yourself and bring yourself down the right way, under the laws and the commandments and under wisdom, the higher you move up in the spiritual realm before Yahweh, Bashem HaMashiach Yahweh Shai. All right. Any other key points in here that you think should be brought out? Mm-hmm. Okay. So also remember, like, this is a covenant. This Bible made with the children of Israel. It's a covenant between us and him. And when we walk it, we have to also move toward Yahweh Shai, because Yahweh Shai HaMashiach is part of the covenant. So when we walk in this covenant, we have to understand the covenant and walk in it fully. We can't be in and out of the covenant. Now, Moshe sacrificed 40 days of his life with no food and no water. He fasted. And he had enough strength to carry that wood, the stone tablets down again and walk down and deal with that mountain situation. So he was being refreshed in the spirit world. He went beyond his physical. And now his nourishment for his flesh was coming from his spirit. That's why the scripture says that which is flesh, that which is spirit. All right? Because it's the spirit that can maintain the flesh. All right? But the flesh cannot maintain the spirit and righteousness. All right? So those 40 days was him going to a higher spiritual level, which is really the essence of what we try to do as Hebrew Israelites. And we get so distracted by the world and jobs and money and working that you forget that your whole goal is to go beyond the physical, to care less about the physical world and to go care more about the heavenly places, about Yahweh, about the spirit of communing with Yahweh and with Yahweh Shai. And with wisdom dealing with you and the Holy Spirit working with you, you get caught up in you got to cook, you got to clean, you got to do laundry, you got to go shopping, and then the Most High gets like a little pocket of that time. And that's one thing you got to look at. A lot of other Israelite, ancient Jewish communities, they go into the spiritual aspect, but they lack the aspect of wisdom because the Most High only gave that to us. But we don't want it. We don't want to go to that higher level. We distracted by the physical things. We don't want to spend them 40 days with the Most High. Even if you eating once a day or once every other day. See, we don't want to do that. We want to incorporate maybe a couple of times a day or once a week, and then we're going to study the Bible and get with people, look up some stuff on the internet and send some messages or whatever. But we don't want to really do this Moses mission. We don't want to do this Christ mission. We don't want to do this Paul mission. We don't want to do this David mission. We don't want to do this Esther mission. You see, we don't want to do this Judith mission. We don't want to do this mission for the Most High where we got to put our lives second. And that's why a lot of people are not going to make it to the kingdom. Because the Most High said, he said that you have to lay down your life for your brother. He said, seek the kingdom first, and then all these things are going to be added to you. But what we do is we seek the other things first, and then we seek the kingdom. Now, there's nothing wrong with saying, you know what? I got to get out here and I got to try to make me some money. I got to get me a house to live. I got to get a car. I got to get transportation, whatever. There's no sin, nothing wrong with that. But when those things take precedence over your relationship and your order that the Most High have set up, the order he set up in your life, the order he set up in your community, in the Bible, in your family, when these things start to take precedence, what's going to happen? Temptation is going to come in because you're breaking the covenant. The covenant is the order that the Most High set up from Genesis up to Deuteronomy 34. That's the covenant that we have to observe and walk in. And if you're walking out of those covenants deliberately of your own will, then the opposite is going to happen to your face. Your face not going to shine. Your face is going to have that what? Dark countenance about you. You have that darkness about your spirit because you're not letting that light in. See, the light can only come into your spirit from your spirit fellowshipping with Yahweh and with Yahweh Shai and with wisdom and with Rakah HaKodash, with the Holy Spirit. That's the only way light can come into your spirit. But a lot of y'all want shortcuts. You want light to come into your spirit by, some special type of yoga pose, some special type of, touch the sky with my pinky toe. You want a yoga pose is going to make you get right spiritually. You want a shortcut. You think twisting your body a certain kind of way or opening up a chakra in your body is going to get you to that high spiritual level. You want a shortcut. You don't want to go through the steps right here. See, these are the steps. In case y'all wonder what these are. These are the steps. This is how you have to model your life after righteousness. See? Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, Israel, Reuben, Simeon, Levi, Judah, Issachar, Zebulun, Dan, Joseph, Benjamin, Naphtali, Gad, Asher. You got to model your life after the righteousness of our fathers. And then Yahweh, Yahushai, Hamashiach, Rakah or Rarak HaKodash, the Holy Spirit, Chakmah, which is wisdom, and then Tawarah, which is Torah. See, this is the center of everything. These right here, these are the powers of the whole universe. You don't want to go through that. You see, you rather go through some type of Hindu mysticism. You rather try to open up your third eye. You rather try to go through the chakras. You rather try to go through a special candle burning ceremony. You rather try to go through burning some sage or something. So you want a quick fix. You want a quick fix to a problem in your spirit that's been passed down from your generations from the time that we're reading about in the Bible right here, right now. And the Most High told you that the only way that your ways can be made clean is through obeying his commandments and through the blood of his son Yahushua. See that? What other way is there? You come any other way, you come as a thief. So bear that in mind as we read this Torah portion this week. Your face needs to be shining from the inside out. See, Moses had a pure, sincere, and a humble heart. And his spirit shined on the inside. And that inside shine came out. That's why Hamashiach said, a good man out of the goodness of his heart bring forth that which is good. And an evil man from his heart bring forth that which is what? Evil. See, you should know a tree by the fruit that you see on that tree. Not by what the sign says, but you know by the tree. You know by the tree. Because even a wild olive branch can be grafted into a good olive tree. That can happen. But once that wild olive branch gets grafted into the good olive tree, that olive branch is still a wild olive tree, but he's partaking of the fatness and the root. Okay? The fatness and the root of what nourishes that olive tree from the bottom up. Okay, that's why you go into Jeremiah 11, like 14, 15, 16, 17. It talks about the good olive branch being the good tree, all right, which is Israel. Then it talks about the wild olive branch in Romans 11, which is the actual physical blood Gentile nations getting grafted in. So they bring forth fruits worthy of repentance. The Most High is going to keep them in our tree, but grafted under us. If they don't, Most High say you're going to chop them off. You see? So what kind of fruit are you bringing forth? Moses brought forth the fruits of what? Self-sacrifice. He wasn't worthy enough to do the thing that the Most High called him to do. Nobody was. Nobody ever said, yeah, I'm ready. Only when Yahushua called him, he said, yeah, I'm ready. Let's go. But when the Most High called Peter, after Yahushua died, Peter lied and said he don't know Yahushua. When the Most High called Paul, Paul didn't want to do his job. All right. When the Most High called Moses, Moses didn't want to do his job. When the Most High called David, David was like, man, I'm going to mess up. And he messed up a few times. You see? So that's part of the growing pain when the Most High take you from one level to another. And guess what? David didn't take all the people with him as he rose up in his spiritual maturity. Everybody that was with him here didn't come up here. But I'm going to tell you something, and listen very carefully. And this is a note for all y'all Israelite brothers and sisters out there, and all y'all Israelite brothers and sisters right here now. When David rose up to the king and became the most powerful man on the planet Earth, he took with him the people that was with him at his lowest state. When he was at his lowest state, those are the men that he took with him. And a lot of y'all want to wait until something big happens before y'all say, you know what, this brother or this sister have good potential, but I'm going to just sit back and wait. No, because people knew that David was the one. People knew that the plan and the vision that David had was the plan and the vision that Israel needed. And he was humble enough to wait his turn. You see, the plan and vision that we are a part of is going to determine what role we play in the kingdom. What role we play in the kingdom. Why? Because practice makes perfect. Because we have to really talk about and do the things and demonstrate what we know needs to be done. So Moses said, you know what? I got to go up here. The Most High calling me. I'm not going to eat 40 days, 40 nights, or drink. He got that glory. So that determined. So when Moses started out, of fighting against the odds, and he kept winning, and he kept winning. He was winning. All right? And it was before what? Emilio Estevez even, this was before Charlie Sheen was even, Emilio Estevez, his brother, was even on that, his kick, winning Charlie Sheen, before Charlie Sheen was winning. All right, the Most High. So shalom to all y'all, you know, in America, in India, in Turkey, all right, Mexico. May the Most High reward and bless you all. So let this Torah portion stand as a note to everybody, man, that you got to shine through the adversity. And you got to be the light. You got to let your light shine before men, that they may see your works and give glory to your Father, which is in heaven, which is Yahweh. But sometime to get to that level, as you see in Moses in chapter 34, verse 27, verse 28 rather, he was there with Yahweh 40 days and 40 nights. He ate no bread and drank no water. And he inscribed upon the tables the words of the covenant. All right? So the Most High, so the Most High told, first time the Most High wrote them, right? So the Most High told Moses, put these words down, it says the, Shabath Hadabadium, 10 commandments, the 10 words. It said the body of Habadiyah. See, the 10 commandments these are the words of a covenant. That's a covenant. That's the covenant that we entered into with the Most High also. All Israel got to do forever. So you got to keep the covenant forever. This is the eternal covenant. All right. So Moses had to make that sacrifice against the things that he wanted, that he thought he needed to survive, and he had to go to that higher level. And that's what we got to do if we want to have that better relationship with Yahweh, so that the world around us could be better for us. We have to make the sacrifice, put the food to the side, put the drink to the side. All right, put the things that we really like. Do you really need to go out and buy those new shoes? All right, when you know that it's some brothers and sisters over here who children need some shoes. That it's an old lady over here, her sons or her daughters don't even come to visit her no more. All right, she's struggling to get into the house with her groceries or whatever, if she can survive on her fixed income. Right, we got people that's living in the U.S. on $500 a month, one person, on subsidized housing, that are older. Are y'all looking out for those people? You see, this is what Moses did. Moses put himself before everybody else. He put himself in the front line and said, okay, I'll do it. That's what I mean. He put himself first, like, oh, me. But he put himself in the front before everybody to do what needed to be done, so everybody behind him would be okay. And that's the spirit that we got to start operating in. Khan? All right, so that's it for today. Anybody got anything that need to be addressed right there? I know we got the one. Khan. Cut out to Zaya. I'll hit you up. We're good on that. All right. All right, Yashala. So, may Yahweh be with you all. In the name of Yahweh Shai Hamashiach. All right. Amadwa, Barakwa, Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai Brakatham, Kwam Yahweh, Kwam Yahweh Shai, Kwam Yasha'Allah, Hallelujah, Yanimata, Amadwa Shabath, Panyaha Akwatin, Amadwa, Barakwa, Yashamar Khan Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. Kwam Yahweh, Kwam Yahweh Shai, Kwam Yasha'Allah. Hallelujah. And I remember Passover is going to be April 6th and 7th to April 12th and 13th. You want to check your advisories for traveling into Israel. As of now, they have a 2 weeks quarantine for anybody that comes into the land of Israel from a foreign country. You got to be by yourself in a hotel room or something for 2 weeks, like Chuck Willery, 2 and 2. Right? So, y'all remember Chuck Willery, right? From Love Connection, we be back in 2 and 2. So you got to do 2 weeks, 2 and 2. 2 weeks by yourself self-quarantine. Now, how they gonna check everything and make sure you're doing that and enforce it, I don't know. All right, I don't know. Cause now, all right, so y'all leave that the way I said it. I don't know how they're gonna check it and enforce it and everything. But you see, times are getting crucial, and what the benefit of us seeing what's happening now is that we are watching the precursor. It's like the pre-game show. So we see what can happen. So have we prepared ourselves for what we need to do when everything gets worse, when the crap hits the fan? All right, so may the Most High Yahweh be with you all. In the name of Yahweh Shah HaMashiach, Shalom Lekam.